Alright, let's sketch the graph of y equals the negative absolute value of x plus 1. And to do that, I'm actually going to get started with the graph of y equals x, and then make the appropriate transformations to arrive at our destination over here, which is what we want to graph y equals negative absolute value of x plus 1. And why did I pick just x? Because I want to pick just whatever is inside the absolute value and make it equal to y and take it from there. So let's get started, and y equals x just goes straight through the origin and has a slope of 1. So it looks like that, right? 45 degrees right through the middle. Okay, so now what does the absolute value of x look like? Well, pretty simple. This part downward over here below the x-axis will get reflected upward, because if we had absolute value of negative 1, that become positive 1. Absolute value of negative 2 would become positive 2, and so on. So we would have something like this, a V-shaped graph right there. Okay, so this blue function is the absolute value of x. Now, what would the negative absolute value of x look like? Well, we would just reflect the whole thing downward now, because we're just putting a negative outside of all these guys, so all the y values are becoming negative. So positive 1 is now becoming negative 1, positive 2 is becoming negative 2, and so on. So now this is our graph so far. This is negative absolute value of x, the red graph. But our final answer, well, we want to add 1. What is the negative absolute value of x plus 1? Well, now we're going to have to just shift every point up by 1 unit. So let me just pick a different color here. It's a pretty colorful graph. So 0 plus 1, 1. Every point gets shifted up by 1 unit. So now let me just connect the dots here. And over here. Great. So our green graph is y equals negative absolute value of x plus 1. That's it.